I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. That's the part that scares me the most now, how normal I made it in my own head. If someone had told me a year ago that I'd lose the man I loved because I slept in the same bed as my male best friend, I would have laughed. I would have said, he's just my friend, it's not like that. And that was exactly the problem. Because I kept saying it's not like that, until one day my boyfriend stopped believing me. And then he disappeared. Before I continue, subscribe for more real-life relationship stories. Some of these stories aren't just drama, they're warnings about boundaries people ignore until it's too late. My boyfriend and I had been together for almost 2 years. He wasn't controlling. He wasn't insecure in the way people like to label men. He was steady, mature, the kind of man who trusted me without checking my phone or questioning my plans. That trust made me feel safe. And stupidly, it also made me feel like I could push limits without consequences. My male best friend Ryan had been in my life since college. We'd been through everything together: breakups, family problems, career stress. He was the friend I called when I cried, the one who knew my history, the one who could read my mood without me speaking. To me, that was friendship. To my boyfriend, it looked like emotional intimacy that belonged in a relationship. He never told me to stop being friends with Ryan, but he did express discomfort sometimes. Not jealousy exactly, more like a quiet concern. He'd say things like, "Ryan really leans on you a lot." Or, "Do you think you two have boundaries?" I'd laugh it off, I'd call him silly, I'd say he's like a brother. That line is so easy to say. And it's so disrespectful when it's used as a shield. Everything changed on one weekend in early spring. Ryan had gone through a breakup, a messy one. He called me late at night, drunk and emotional, saying he couldn't be alone. I told my boyfriend Ryan was having a hard time and I wanted to go check on him. My boyfriend didn't stop me. He just said, "Okay, but be careful." I drove to Ryan's place thinking I was being a good friend. He was a mess, eyes red, apartment trashed. He kept saying he didn't know how to breathe without her. I stayed for hours, talking him down, making sure he ate, making sure he calmed down. By the time it was past 2 a.m., he begged me not to leave. "Just stay," he said. "I can't handle being alone tonight." I hesitated. I should have gone home. I should have called my boyfriend and told him I was leaving. Instead, I made the decision that ruined everything. I told myself I'd sleep on the couch. But Ryan insisted I take the bed because I was doing him a favor by being there. He promised he'd sleep on the other side, no touching, no weirdness. And I let myself believe it. I texted my boyfriend, "I'm staying here tonight so Ryan doesn't spiral. I'll sleep in the bed, but it's fine, nothing is happening." I genuinely thought I was being transparent. Like honesty would cancel out the disrespect. My boyfriend didn't reply right away. I remember staring at the phone, waiting for him to say okay, because I needed his permission to keep feeling like a good person. Finally, he responded, "Do what you want." That line didn't feel like permission. It felt like the beginning of the end. I woke up the next morning and immediately checked my phone. No new messages. I sent "good morning." Nothing. I called him straight to voicemail. At first, I thought he was busy. Then I thought he was mad and needed time. But as the hours passed, the silence started to feel heavy. I drove home around noon and went straight to his apartment. No answer. I knocked again. Still no answer. I texted, "Please talk to me, I'm home." Hours passed, nothing. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying his last message. "Do what you want." It wasn't anger. It was resignation. The next day, I went to his place again. This time, the building manager told me he had seen him moving out the night before. My stomach dropped. I called his sister, she didn't answer. I called his friend. He finally responded, but his message was short. "He's done, he doesn't want drama. Please stop contacting him." I felt like someone poured ice water through my chest. I couldn't understand how he could just vanish like that. No conversation, no fight, no closure. Then I realized something painful. To him, he had closure. He didn't need to hear my explanation because my actions had already explained everything. He saw a woman who was willing to cross a boundary and then call it fine. He saw a woman who didn't protect her relationship when it mattered. And he decided not to beg for respect. 3 days later, he finally texted me. One paragraph. "I'm not fighting you. I'm not accusing you of cheating. I'm leaving because I can't be in a relationship where my partner thinks it's normal to share a bed with another man and act like my discomfort is unreasonable. That's not love to me. That's not loyalty. I wish you the best. That was it. No insult, no shouting. Just a goodbye. I cried so hard my face hurt. I wanted to run to his apartment, knock, beg, explain, but I knew I'd only make it worse. Because the truth was, he wasn't wrong. Even if nothing physical happened, I still chose another man's comfort over my boyfriend's boundaries. And I wrapped it in, I'm just being a good friend. I was. I was being careless. I didn't lose my boyfriend because of Ryan's breakup. I lost him because I underestimated what trust needs. Trust doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. Trust means you protect the relationship even when nobody is watching. And I failed. The hardest part is accepting this. My boyfriend didn't disappear to punish me. He disappeared to save himself. Because some people don't fight when they're disrespected. They leave quietly the moment they realize they're no longer being chosen. And now, every time I hear someone say, "It's fine," I remember the night I said those words. And lost everything,